How do the decisions and actions of people reveal their personalities? Do you think about what your actions might project to others about your personality? Some examples of what this means would be like you sitting with your best friends at lunch. You're gossiping, working on homework together, listening to music, and sharing snacks. Everything is going well just like every other day until you look over and see a girl sitting all alone at the table next to you. You realize that you're the only one out of all your friends that sees her. Your first thoughts are that maybe she's just waiting for her friends to show up and you should ignore her. The next day comes and you and your friends are sitting together again, having a good time. You're having a good time with them again, and as you look around the lunchroom, you see the same girl looking sad and alone again. You try to remember if you saw her with someone yesterday, but you realize you forgot to look back. You think to yourself, well, I'll give it some time and we'll check back to see if her friends are coming. You'd been chatting with your friends again and start laughing again. You look back in about 10 minutes to see if her friends came, and you realize that she is still sitting there alone and sad. Your first thoughts are to invite her over to your table, so you begin looking for a spot for her to sit. You come to the realization that there is no room for her to sit, and there's not even a chair to pull over for her to sit. So you have to make the decision if you are going to ignore her again and see if she will have her friends back for tomorrow, or if you invite her over to your table, but then you have the issue of where she would sit if you go over to sit with her. After thinking through all the options, you decide to go and sit with her. As you approach her, she looks up with a confused look on her face, and truthfully, you probably look a little unsure yourself because you aren't sure what your friends are going to say. The closer you get to her, the less her confused look gets, and the less unsure you look, making you feel more comfortable. You sit down next to her and ask if it was okay for you to sit with her. She says sure, with a little excitement. You then ask her what her name is, and she says Sarah, and you start a conversation with her. As you two are happily chatting, you look over to realize your friends at the other table are looking at you funny. You look away and keep talking to the girl. The bell rings out of nowhere because you were not paying any attention to the time. You leave and catch up with your friend, Amanda, and she asks why you left him. You look at them and say, I wanted to sit with Sarah because she was sad and lonely. She looks at you funny, and you walk away. The next day comes and you go to the lunchroom to see that she is sitting alone again. You go straight to Sarah's table and sit down with her and begin talking. Good. After doing this for a few weeks, you and her become good friends. During one of the days that you two talk together, she tells you how much she appreciated you coming over to sit with her, so she's not alone. After she says this, you start to think about that comment.
Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends. Walk with me, Susie Lee, through the park and by the tree. We can rest upon the ground and look at all the bugs we found. Safely walk to school without a sound. Safely walk to school without a sound. Well, here we are, no one else. We walk to school all by ourselves. There's dirt on our uniforms from chasing all the ants and worms. We clean up and now it's time to learn. We clean up and now it's time to learn. Numbers, letters, learn to spell, nouns and books and show and tell. Playtime we will throw the ball, then back to school through the hall. Teacher marks our height against the wall. The teacher marks our height against the wall. But we don't notice any time pass. No, we don't notice anything. We sit side by side in every class. The teacher thinks that I sound funny, but she likes it when you sing. Tonight I'll dream while in my bed. Silly thoughts run through my head of the bugs and alphabet. And when I wake tomorrow I'll bet we will walk together to school again. 'Cause I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Thank you for your time and thanks for watching.